Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If you're just tuning in, welcome. I'm Kelly, this is KBellaBeauty, and I have been filming drugstore videos and uploading them every single day this week for my very first drugstore week 2018. And today, it's kind of bittersweet. It's sad. It's the last video in my drugstore week. Not my last drugstore video ever. Something that I really wanted to do in 2018 is I wanted to get back to the root of my makeup and get back into drugstore makeup, because I started out wearing drugstore makeup in high school and college. It was all drugstore. It wasn't until about like 4 or 5 years ago that I even started shopping at Sephora. And so, you know, over these past 4 or 5 years, I've discovered a lot of products in Sephora, and I've kind of geared toward high-end makeup, but the drugstore has a lot of really good quality makeup, and I really want to get back into it. I are going to be sharing with you makeup products that we would keep if we could only keep one, and this was a tag video created by Gooch here on YouTube. I watched her video a while ago, and then I rewatched it to kind of see some of the products that she chose again and how she formatted her video, but we are doing a spin on ours, and these are all going to be drugstore makeup products. So if I could only keep one from the drugstore, these are going to be the products that I would keep. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to try really hard not to mess with my hair a lot in this video, but that's part of the reason why I normally wear my hair up, because I feel like when my hair's down, it's like in my face, and sometimes I'm watching videos and people have their hair down and their hair doesn't move the whole time, and I'm like, how does your hair do that? Mine doesn't do that. So I'm going to try, let me tuck it behind my ear, okay? Let's do that. I'm going to try really hard not to mess with it. So the first product that I want to share with you is a primer, and if I could only keep one primer from the drugstore, it would be this one here. This is the THROWBACK Perfecting Primer. I just started using this product maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I picked it up recently. I knew I was filming this drugstore week. I wanted to try out some THROWBACK, and I've heard really good things about their primers, but confession, primer and foundation are typically products, and concealer, my complexion products are typically products that I find at Sephora or higher end brands, and that's just because I haven't had really good luck with those types of items from the drugstore. And when I got this product, I'm not gonna lie, I purchased the Perfecting Primer, and the reason why I got this one was because I also picked up the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer, so I didn't want to get the THROWBACK Hydrating Primer. I picked this one up and I thought, I probably should have gotten the hydrating. I don't think I'm gonna like this one, but I was actually pleasantly surprised. I feel like this one definitely hydrates my skin, but it also makes my skin feel really smooth, and I feel like it even like not blurs it. It doesn't blur anything out, but it just makes my skin look more smooth. So if I could only keep one primer from the drugstore, it would be this one. Foundation was a tough one for me. I have had really bad luck with drugstore foundations. I have a hard time finding my shade. I often don't like the texture, and foundation is something that I have been hardcore Sephora, like high-end product, but there is a foundation that I chose, and I actually didn't think about it right away, because this is a foundation that I used a couple years ago, used it up completely and loved it, and I actually just never repurchased it. But now that I'm doing this video, I'm going to repurchase this foundation again. Let me just tell you what it is. It is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous. This is the 3-in-1 foundation, so it's supposed to be like a foundation and concealer in one. I got this in the shade 832, which I think is nude beige. I used it every single day for like a really long time. I used it up. It's completely gone, and I've literally been saving it in my empties bag. I don't talk about it in my empties videos because I used it up a while ago, but I've been saving it in my empties bag so that I knew what shade I wanted to get when I repurchased it. And then I've just been trying out all of these other new foundations that I haven't gone back to this one. But when I was sitting down thinking about the foundation that I would keep if I could only keep one, it would be this one for several reasons. First of all, the color matches me. The color actually matches my skin. It doesn't dry me out. It makes my skin look really nice and even. It covers any redness or freckling, but I live in Texas, so if I'm gonna be outside like ever, I'm gonna need SPF on my skin, and this foundation has SPF 20, so if I could only keep one foundation, I'm gonna need one with SPF. For concealer, I chose the Maybelline Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. And the reason why I chose this one is because, one, I don't love the Maybelline Fit Me concealer as much as I used to. I did really love that one. I actually used it up, and it was the concealer that I was using before I went to high-end concealers. But I like this one a little bit better underneath my foundation. I do suffer from dark circles, like right on the inner part of my eyes. It doesn't matter how much sleep I get. I have a little bit of discoloration there. So if I could only have one concealer, I would want one that's going to cover up the darkness. And then if I go in with my 3-in-1 concealer and foundation, it could kind of just like even out the color underneath there. So this is the concealer I would get if I could only have one. The blush product that I chose is by Wet n Wild, and this is the Apricot in the Middle. This is in their new packaging, and I like this one because I like a very like nude, more like a nude mauve. This one is like straight up just like a peachy nude shade. I kind of go for more of like a nude mauve, but if I could only have one blush, then this blush right here is like a nice nude shade. It has a little bit of a sheen, but it doesn't look chunky and glittery on my cheeks. And I feel like this shade could go with any eye look. If I'm doing a bold look, I could wear this shade. If I'm doing a nude look, I could wear this shade. So it would go with anything, and it's very universal. For bronzer and highlight, I kind of put them together because I have a palette that has both of these items in there, and I do have to say I have not tried a whole lot of drugstore bronzers and highlighters, but I have tried a few. However, the one that I would choose if I could only keep one is by Flower Beauty, and this is the Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette. This one's in the light to medium shade. I think they also have like a medium to dark shade. I love this contour shade. It's the contour I'm wearing today. I love this highlight shade. It's the highlight I'm wearing today. I just don't like the blush. It's too pink for me. It's not a blush I would ever go for, but if I could only have one contour and highlight, I would definitely choose this palette. This palette is $14, so you're paying $7 for a bronzer and $7 for a highlight. So that's really not too bad in my opinion, and this is what I would stick with if I could only have one. So originally, when I was thinking about a drugstore eyeshadow palette, the thought crossed my mind to say my new Milani Bold Obsessions eyeshadow palette because I've really been enjoying it, but I feel like I haven't used that long enough, and Milani is a new brand to me. I haven't tried a lot of Milani products in the past, so then I thought, well, I've been using Wet n Wild for years, like since I was in high school, and I know that I really like Wet n Wild eyeshadows, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna go with my Rosé in the Air because that's the newest palette that I picked up. It's a color icon, I love it. However, this palette that I'm about to show you is not mine. I don't own it yet. I'm going to own it, but I have a giveaway going on right now. It stems from my Test It Out Tuesday video. So this is the palette that I am giving away, and it is still a color icon, but this is in the shade Comfort Zone. And look at those shades. I like these shades a little bit more than Rosé in the Air, because Rosé in the Air, you're really going to get like a very warm eyeshadow look every time you use that palette. But when I was looking at Comfort Zone, it's not open and I'm not gonna open it. When you look at Comfort Zone, you have a neutral transition shade. You also have a more like purple mauve transition shade if you wanna add some color in there. But with this transition, you could use any of these satins on your lids. Like any single shade would match with that, and then if you want to deepen it up, you can throw in the purple. So this has more of a variety. You can go more warm toned, you can also go cool toned, you can get smoky. So I need to pick this up for myself, but if someone came to me and said, you can only have one drugstore eyeshadow palette, what do you want? I would say Comfort Zone. I may or may not have cheated on the lipstick category. I will let you guys be the judge on if I cheated or not, but I chose a ColourPop satin lipstick, and you can't even see what it is anymore because it is all rubbed off. But okay, hear me out. ColourPop, it's not drugstore. You can't find it in CVS. It is affordable. this satin lipstick is only $6.50. However, I went to Ulta the other day and I didn't know this, maybe I missed the memo, but ColourPop is now in Ulta. They had an eyeshadow palette there, I think they had a highlighting palette, and they had some matte lips. I looked on Ulta's website, the satin lips are not there yet. Let's hope they're gonna come into Ulta soon, then maybe we can consider a drugstore, but I'm gonna go with what I would choose if I could only keep one, and I'm gonna say ColourPop is drugstore, and this is the satin lipstick in Aquarius. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today, and the reason why I chose this is I really, really like the satins. I am definitely a liquid lipstick matte girl, but the satins, they dry down, but they're not as drying as the mattes, and this shade Aquarius, I feel like would go with everything. If you have a neutral eye, this will go well with it. If you have a smoky eye, Aquarius will go well with it. If you want to use color, Aquarius will go well with it. So if I could only have one, I would go with the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in Aquarius, which was a collab with Kathleen Lights. I also chose a mascara because I am a drugstore mascara fiend, specifically Maybelline, and I don't actually have this mascara with me right now, so I will insert a picture, but it is Maybelline The Rocket Mascara, and if you have watched any of my previous Empties videos, I pretty much have 2 to 3 Maybelline The Rockets in my empties at a time. I've gone through so many of them. It's one of my all-time favorite mascaras of life. It gives my lashes so much volume and it makes them look thick and fluffy without looking clumpy. I just don't have one right now. I need to repurchase it, but I was trying out the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, I think is what it was called, and then I did get a couple samples of mascara in my Play by Sephora boxes, and so I'm not someone who likes to have a lot of mascara open at one time just because it goes bad really easily, so I don't have a Maybelline The Rocket currently, but that's a holy grail, and if you haven't tried it out, I definitely suggest it. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. I do hope you did enjoy this video. These are the products that I would keep if I could only keep one, drugstore edition. If you've done this tag video, I would love to watch it. Let me know in the comments down below. I will leave Kelly's video down below since she is the creator of this tag. And if you're not already subscribed, my drugstore week is over. I don't film videos every day, but if you hit that subscribe button, I do typically upload 3 times a week. I put a video up on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and then I always have like a 3rd bonus video, which either goes up on Monday or Tuesday, depending on my Tested Out Tuesday series. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye!